Welcome back to another episode of Cobra Kai Companion, and I am Peter.
I am Brihana.
And you guys, we
Gianni.
finally got him back. Gianni's back.
Hi, welcome. Yeah, thank you for having me.
Hi, guy.
Yeah.
We missed you.
Hi, thank you. It's good
You
to be
know,
here.
We were just talking off mic for those that are tuning in and maybe newer to our channel. We were just talking about how at the time of this recording, it's been almost 4 years since Gianni made his first appearance. Says that we were his first interview. So it's been really cool to see you grow. Your mom invited me to your virtual graduation, and seeing you make appearances at all these cons. What has it been like for you in this 3+ years being a part of Cobra Kai?
Honestly, been insane. Yeah, like I said, you were my very first interview ever. Since then, I've done a lot. I like to say I'm kind of used to it, but I feel like each one is like new in its own unique way. But yeah, I had no idea what to expect. This was crazy. When I first auditioned for this, I didn't know it would be as big as it is now. But honestly, looking back on it, Cobra Kai, Karate Kid, 30 years later. I think it would have been obvious that, yeah, this is going to be a big deal. And I'm just grateful to be a part of it.
Congratulations, by the way. I think since I have spoken to you, because I missed a couple of your interviews, you have been promoted to main cast in season 3. And congratulations on having a last name and being Greek.
Thank you very much.
Yay!
Yeah, I'm Greek now. Who knew that? I honestly didn't. But yeah, now we get like a little glimpse into like Demetri's life. We still need to find out, his parents and maybe his house if he has either of those. I don't know. He just kind of appears in scenes. But
Yeah.
yeah, I like to think maybe he takes the bus everywhere. Like maybe he's just got like, in San Francisco they've got like the Clipper cards. Maybe he's just got something like that, LA equivalent. I don't know.
He's the only main cast member that we have not seen either of their parents, either of your parents. No.
We don't know. Yeah, he's broken his arm. He's gotten beaten up, but yeah, his parents are busy, man. They got, things to do. They can't be bothered.
All the other dojo members are taking care of you, while they're busy. Before we get further into Cobra Kai stuff, there's something that you participated in that I thought was very neat. And a listener of ours, Raina, you went to her, was it like a digital prom or
Oh yeah. No, I got to go to her digital prom. That was super fun. I
yeah,
honestly I never got a prom in senior year because COVID hit. So like they tried
that's
to
right.
do like an online thing, but it wasn't the cool thing to do to like go to a virtual prom. I honestly just hate Zoom in general, so I didn't want to do that. But yeah, I don't know. It just never really worked out for me. But yeah, it was cool to be able to go to her virtual prom, which I had a good time. I danced a lot. I was not expecting to be breaking a sweat that much over Zoom.
Over
But
Zoom.
yeah, I think I lost a pound or two there. It was great.
Yeah.
That makes me think that you must be the same age as my daughter because COVID hit her senior year too.
Yeah, 2020. Yeah.
Yep, she graduated in 2020. They tried to do a prom, like the parents were gonna get it, and then they were like, no, we really don't want to kill our children, so I guess we're not going to do that.
Tried to do an in-person prom.
Yes, tried to do an in-person prom. They were going to rent a banquet hall here in town and have it anyway because they all had their tuxes, they all had their dresses. But
yeah, no, that's interesting. I see. I tried to do, or well, they tried to do like an in-person graduation. Kind of, it was like a drive-through thing. We like just drove up in cars like behind the school, and they just gave us diplomas. Like I couldn't take any pictures with anyone. We just had to like stand alone in a little backdrop. So I mean, it was like the best that they could do at the time. But yeah, I didn't know that people were actually trying to do a prom in person. Yeah.
I mean, your graduation, I thought it was very well coordinated. And I think I remember, because your mom did a live for the whole thing for all of us to watch. I think you even mentioned that you didn't think you were gonna graduate.
I'm a really bad student, so I'm gonna say it got pretty close there. Just cause I don't know what it is about me. I'm just terrible. Like I'm sorry for anybody that had me as a student, all my teachers out there. I think I got by with like straight D's. I'm the exact opposite of Demetri in that, area. So Woo, glad I made it. Yeah, no, when they handed me the diploma, I was like, this is official. Like, you can't take this back. This is not like just for show. Like, this is it. And they were like, yeah, no, just take it. I ran. We
We
both
checked it
did,
was
man.
your name too,
Yeah,
make sure
yeah, I
it's,
was like, this isn't just
Gianni
like a
on it.
blank one. Like, it's not just like for display. Okay.
And
Yeah.
what they did here is we had an in-person graduation on the football field with all of the chairs 10 feet apart. And then we were sitting up in the stands at the football field. But they only counted grades through the third quarter. The fourth quarter didn't count
Okay.
at all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I think that's also what kind of helped. Like, they got a lot more lenient on grades because of
Hmm.
COVID. They were like, okay, you guys, we can't really teach you as well, so we'll just let certain things slide. So,
Graduate
I
anyway.
graduated.
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess at least you got to participate in a prom for season
Yeah.
4, so that was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I'm pretty happy. I got to wear the suit of my dreams. It was between like the Pac-Man one or like one that matched, me and Eli. It was like gonna be, the binary bros, but ultimately they decided to go with the Pac-Man one. I'm kind of glad they did because like I feel like that's just Dimitri, you know?
It is
He like,
Demetri.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
for anybody that can't see it, he actually has socks. Each pair of socks is like completely different. They
Mhm.
have like a bunch of different designs on them, so to have it be his entire outfit now, I think it was just perfect. Yeah.
I was just talking to a follower on Twitter, and we were talking about Dimitri's Pacman suit. It exists. It's available, on websites that you can purchase. But we were actually specifically talking like, oh, we need a hoodie of that now. You know,
Really?
yeah, I think that would be really cool. But yeah, the Pacman print it's pretty dope, and I think it's not scheduled yet, but we're in talks to speak with Frank tomorrow, and that's one of the things he definitely wants to talk about is that Pacman suit.
Like you would get like Frank to like actually make it into like a hoodie
Oh
sort of
no,
thing?
no, no, no. We're gonna just speak to him in general about the
Oh,
wardrobe in
oh.
season 4.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
Okay.
I mean, he did make me my Miyagi Do mask out of the
Oh,
headband.
oh, that's awesome. Yeah, no, I actually got to keep the Pac-Man suit too.
Nice.
Yeah, I
Really?
talked to Frank. I was like, dude, I need to keep this, and he was like, all right, keep it on the down low. So sorry, it's not so down low
It's not
now,
down
but
low anymore.
Right, right. Oh,
yeah, season four is over. It's fine.
Frank,
Let's,
turn your head. I'm gonna run out with this.
I don't know who said that, Frank.
Right.
Yeah, no, I got to keep the suit. Yeah, it was like tailored to us. We all had our tailor-made suits, so I thought might as well keep it.
Yeah,
Frank's such a nice guy. He let me take it home. So who knows? Maybe I'll wear it to a premiere one day when we
I
have
like
an
that.
in-person one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
there you
Or
go.
wear it to
Right?
one of your con appearances. Might be kind of fun
That
That
would
would
be
be
very
amazing.
sweaty.
or
I would
hot.
be very uncomfortable.
Yeah, that too.
But I'll think about that. That's actually not a terrible idea. We're going to Liverpool in May, so
That's
maybe
right.
if I have enough
Yeah, yeah.
room,
That's
I'll
where
pack it.
you might run into Let's Be Water over there.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yes.
he was really looking forward to that. The last one in, was it November? I think it was.
Hmm. Yep. And you all had to
Oh,
cancel because you weren't done with season 5 yet.
Yeah,
yeah, we didn't want to have to like we weren't 100% sure if we would all be able to make it, and because of that, we didn't want to have the con book tickets and then we'd have to cancel because that could really like, mess them up if they had to fork out all that, money for tickets and then they just lose that. So,
yeah,
yeah, we thought it would be best. And now this way we don't have to rush things so we can all like really take our time there and get to meet everyone. I think it's a lot better for everyone that we're coming out in May. I'm looking forward to it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm
I know
waiting
that.
for the US conventions to start again. I was so hopeful that they would in 2022 and now everything is like shutting down again and it's like, man, we can't get this right.
Yeah,
It's
this is why
like,
we can't have nice things.
right. We could have had conventions like in the fall, but they were all scheduled in the UK at the time. And now that we were gonna have them in the spring and now we can't, and it's just a
Yeah,
giant mess. But
Yeah, it sucks.
um
I've only been to two because yeah, things have been so shut down. Yeah, I haven't been able to go to too many, so I haven't been able to meet too many people.
right. You've
But
been
yeah,
doing Zobi signings though, right?
I did, yeah. I have been doing that. But I don't know, it's really nice to get to like meet people face to face and,
Hmm.
talk to them, get to sign specific little things, get to see how they feel about the show. I get like so many people at the cons, I get them saying like Demetri kind of helps them out, because Demetri's whole thing is becoming more comfortable with who he is. And I think that kind of resonates with certain people like, hey, maybe, I can be confident in who I am. That's honestly something I've kind of struggled with. So to be able to help people going through the same thing, it feels really good. So yeah.
I
That's
mean,
awesome.
I see the maturation in you and also Dimitri's character. You go back to that first again that first episode. It's a very young Gianni just getting wet behind the ears and all that. But
Yeah.
you mentioned the two cons that you went to. What is a memory that I don't know if it's something that somebody had you sign or a story that they shared that really I don't know made you kind of feel nice, like, hey, wow, that I did that for them, or just an item that they signed. We're like, wow, I can't believe they brought this.
I mean, as far as like items that I can't believe they brought, I had someone bring out, it was my very first one. They brought out like an entire flag. It was like a Cobra Kai flag banner sort of thing. And I wrote out the entire speech I gave from the first season of like, oh yeah, we hang out all the time, that whole thing. I wrote that out and it actually bled through onto the table.
Oh
So
no.
for the rest of the day, I just had like this like foul mouth sort of phrase just sitting on my table for people to come up and see. But yeah, it was kind of awkward. But yeah, as far as like kind of moving, I don't know. I mean, I get so many people that say that Demetri just means a lot to them. I love it. There were a couple of people that were kind of moved to tears just because of how much they love the character. And honestly, I feel like I don't deserve that much love, but I appreciate it, and I don't know. They're all just so great. I love everyone. So
I mean,
yeah.
Dimitri's come a long way. You mentioned the confidence. I mean, from season 1 to season 4, the biggest thing is confidence. He is who he is still, and Yasmin, she loves him for being him. Talking nerdy, like that's Dimitri. He's not being any different than he was from season 1.
Yeah, no, he'll never compromise who he is. Like as badass as he may become, he's always going to be the nerd Dimitri. That's just who he is on a core level. Yeah, and I love talking nerdy to Yasmin. I love the relationship they have. Like of all people to have like this hot, passionate relationship, Dimitri is the one that has it. That to me is just like it's so funny. I love it. And I actually got to add one of the lines where it's like I think it's season 3, the volcano display made out of Legos. Uh, where I say, "Oh, you'll never have to pay for an A again." I actually got to add that in myself because that wasn't originally a line, and it just felt like as far as like talking nerdy to each other, I think that's just like so perfect. It's like he's not out in the wild; he can't provide a big boar or anything like that, but he provides what he can, straight A's. That's that's like his gathering resources equivalent. I don't know.
So with that line, let's
Yeah.
talk about Dimitri's headspace in that scene. Were Demetri and Yasmin already together at that point? Because a lot of people think they were.
See, I don't know. I think it's kind of tricky to say when exactly they ended up together. I don't think it was right then and there. I think it was he was winning her over. I think their relationship kind of began, what is it, right when they're making out in the hallway. I think that's kind of when he realizes that he's kind of winning her over maybe a little bit. But I think that whole season he's kind of courting her and like slowly winning her over, with just his immense amount of charm. That's the best way to explain it.
Yes. And I love your big dick is absolutely a traditional part of courting.
Yes, yes, that is. Thank you. Yes, that's very. Yes, they have that in the books of courting from the 1800s. That's
Yes,
big
yes.
deal. Hmm.
On that topic, did Joe actually draw that, or was it somebody from the art department?
Was the art department? They had me make a cast. They had me make 3 casts, and they just practiced a bunch of different versions, like a bunch of different drawings of dicks and her name written in different
It was a
ways, like,
rocket ship.
you know, yeah, with a rocket ship. Yeah, it's just a rocket ship, you guys. What do you get your mind out of the gutter? Yeah, I actually got to keep the practice cast that they made for it, and I gave it to my dad. Yeah, there's just like a bunch of different styles that they tried, but
Gave your father a fake cast covered in dicks.
we have an interesting relationship. And also, I didn't think about it like that, but thank you.
You're
Yes.
welcome.
Yeah.
And this is
So we,
going on the internet?
Yeah, eventually.
yeah, a few different places.
Okay,
Um,
great.
since we're talking about season 3, we didn't get to hear your stories or experiences about the LaRusso house fight. We spoke with obviously I think was it was Sholo on here to talk about season 3? I kind of
No,
forget. I don't
Jacob.
think he was. Jacob was.
Jacob
So
was.
Jacob and Joe, they both definitely talked about kind of how complex like all the moving parts were with moving furniture and changing out stunt doubles and stuff. What do you remember from filming that entire sequence?
Chaos and panic. That's the thing to remember most. It really was crazy because you'll have your main fight, but in the background you have to have like these little fights going on to kind of fill the space so it doesn't just seem kind of vacant. And so the stunt team, they're amazing. They actually had to just come up with a bunch of mini fights that you would never really see, but needs to be there to make the world feel real. And yeah, there were a lot of Texas switches. The thing I remember most is after my hallway fight, I fall down onto a chair and I'm looking around in horror, and you have like the guy in the Steadicam, the cameraman, as he pans around. I actually have to move the chair behind him slowly so that way he doesn't trip over it, and then move it right back and then sit back down in the same spot. So
Oh my
while
God.
he's like panning over to like, hawk throwing a piece of glass onto someone's head, I'm standing behind the cameraman with a chair, just like following him around. Like, yeah, it was insane. And it took a few tries because it's all one take, so we had to get it all right on the first try, in like one take. Otherwise, yeah, we got to go back from the top. But everyone is such a professional. The whole cast, they've become so good at fighting. I honestly, I don't know how I could do it without them. They're amazing. It's great to work with them.
One thing Jacob did say when we asked him about it was he said that you guys had practiced the binary brothers, you throwing him behind you
Oh yeah.
a few times,
Yeah.
and he was expecting that same beat. And that when you were filming, everything was so hype and crazy. He said you almost threw him into the wall. Yeah.
Whoops.
He said he had no
Yeah.
idea you were that strong.
What can I say? I guess I'm oh, yeah. I don't know my own strength half the time. Yeah, no, it's really difficult because you'll rehearse it one way and it's super different from when you're actually filming it because the nerves and the adrenaline is so high. You can kind of rush things sometimes, and that's the biggest thing is slowing down because if you're going super fast, it's just going to look like a blur. So you have to kind of learn how to balance it between like making it look like a real fight, but also making it look good for the camera. So yeah, it may not feel quite right as a fight in the moment, but when it's you see it back, it works. And that's something I'm still kind of trying to master, I think. It's just a really difficult thing to find that balance, I think. But
Since,
Daniel's all about balance, so
Right.
yeah, that's
yeah.
your Miyagi-Do. Yeah.
You with the right
Yeah, yeah.
person.
I'm in Miyagi, so yeah, it works.
So you're talking about the stunt team. Let's transition into season 4, where you do work with a different fight choreographer. You already knew Ken from the previous stunt team. Were there any differences in the style of kind of training you guys for your guys' fights?
I mean, it was definitely a shock just because we had worked with the original stunt crew for a while, and they're amazing people and they're so great to work with. But when we finally switched over, I don't think there was too much of a difference. I mean, it's always kind of chaotic because the same people that train us have to then go out and work on stunts and film certain things. So we're not always going to be able to work one on one all the time because these people, you know, they're so busy, they got to do their job. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there was too much of a difference. I'm just grateful to have someone because without them, I don't know if I could do it. The biggest thing for me is just flexibility, and they stretch us out all the time. Like my hips are so tight. They just don't open up. I cannot. No. Like the final All Valley fight in season 4. I was working out for the entire 3 months to be able to get to a point to do that. If we had done that episode 1, it would look very different. And honestly, now I don't think I could do it without stretching out for a solid week. I gotta stretch more.
Yeah.
Flexors are just a little too tight and don't want to flex, huh?
No, they don't want to do that. No, no. I tried gymnastics for a while. I was 5 years old, and I just did hand puppets for my mom. That was all I did. That's gymnastics, right? Yeah.
So who trained you? Because it's timely because John shared a behind the scenes video of it yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Who actually taught you the comma routine and when?
My main man, the comma brother, Craig. He is a master at commas. I didn't even know at the time when I first asked for them because I wanted to originally do those. In the original script, it was like a sword, and I said, yeah, I feel like I would kind of want to try something else, you know, maybe commas, because I got to play around with them a little bit in season 3, even though I didn't actually use them. And they were like, yeah, okay. And I was like, oh shoot, now I actually have to get good at this. But luckily, you know, Craig, he actually competed in all Valley-esque karate tournaments where he does weapons demonstrations and stuff like that. He's actually a master at a lot of different weapons. But he showed me like clips of him working with the commas, and I was like, I have to do that? And he's like, yeah, no, you're gonna be fine. It's gonna be great. I'm like, okay. I mean, the All Valley is in like a few weeks. And no, you're gonna do great. And so I bought commas online because I wanted to have a specific pair that I always worked out with so I can, you know, I got the feel of those commas and I used those on the day. And I just kept training and I kept training. And that little clip of me outside, that was me for the 2 weeks that we filmed the All Valley, just outside every day, practicing and practicing. It was very nerve wracking, but also so much fun because it was like an actual weapons demonstration when I got up there and I actually did it. There was like an audience of people, and you know,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
We
yeah.
saw the footage. It's very impressive, and you know, you guys' determination, it really pays off, and everything looks so great on film. We did hear that, yeah, and you just kind of confirmed it, but it sounds like everyone had a bit of a input into what they wanted to do, like Mary with the side and Peyton with katana and so forth.
I mean, that's the great thing about the creators of the show, John, Josh, and Hayden. They're super open to our ideas because, you know, I feel like nobody really knows a character as well as the actor that's been playing them for so many years. So to get that kind of input is super vital. And yeah, they're super great at taking ideas, considering them, working with actors. They're not just like, you know, no, you're going to do it this way and shut up, just go. And that just makes for a way more fun set because that's, you know, the whole point of acting, just playing around, you know, working together, having a good time. I would not trade my job for the world. Honestly, I don't think I could do any other job because, like I said, I barely graduated high school. So,
So
yay.
how many bruises did you give yourself up and down your arms?
Not as many bruises as I did cuts, just because I had like the first pair of commas I bought, they were like this metal press, so they had some sharp edges, and I didn't realize it at the time.
Oh
So I
no.
would train with them, and I would have like cuts all along my arms. I was like, okay, I either need to like get a sanding belt or a new pair of commas. So I got a new pair of commas, and my floor at the Airbnb I was staying at, I think got a little thrashed, but I think we got our deposit back, so that's good.
Okay. That's all that
Yeah.
matters. At the end of the
Yeah,
day,
that's all.
get your deposit back. That's all that matters.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But
So
yeah, I don't think it has many bruises.
Huh.
Well, no, that's good. You know,
No, I'm too good. I'm immortal. I can't die.
no,
There you
and I
go.
was just gonna say, it takes a certain skill to make sure that you're not gonna, continue hitting yourself over and over. So, um, now I did not watch the interview because I didn't want anything I learned from there to kind of influence how we interview you. But Elias did share a clip of a recent interview you did with him over at Cave Chronicles, and I know he asked you about the moment where Johnny kind of tapes you up with the couch cushions and all that. Can you kind of take us through that a little bit, and how hard were people really going at you, because they really make contact with that cushion?
Thing, I look back on the actual clip and it looks like they're really kicking me hard, but from what I remember, it didn't feel that like intense, or maybe I'm just, my washboard abs really paid off. I don't know. No, I don't have washboard abs. I wish. Yeah, I don't think it was too hard. The thing that scared me was when Khalil, who plays Chris, when he kicked me, he knew that I had like a strap on, so he thought I was super safe. So he was like, "All right, I'm gonna try to break it." I'm like, "No, don't try to break it." He's like, "Yeah, no, it's gonna be great." And he keeps kicking me so hard. One time, I swear he grazed me. I swear, like it didn't hurt, but it was enough that I was terrified. And I'm like actually taped to the punching bag. So if he kicks me, I'm kicked. That's it. And yeah, when I first read it, it was a lot of fun.
I'd
What's
say
that
that's
again?
that's the point of the athletic supporter, yes, to protect those.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's only so strong. Khalil is, he's a strong guy. If he wanted to,
Well,
I think he could have broken it.
Yeah,
th-
they
those
probably
those
could.
are those are usually for accidents, but if somebody's purposely trying to get you there, like I don't know how much more safe would it be though.
I don't know. Maybe he's just like a super method actor. Maybe he just wanted me to do the best I could do. So thank you for that. Maybe I'm just gonna, say that that's it, so I don't cry.
There you go. So what
Yeah.
about Demetri? One of my favorite parts of this season was, seeing you guys switch senseis for a while here and there. Um, Demetri kind of caught Johnny's ire almost from the moment it started. So I'm guessing that's because Johnny remembers Demetri.
Know if it's that he remembers him or if just Dimitri's personality is so irritating to Johnny. Because it was bad enough that yeah, it was bad enough that he flipped him. I don't know if he even remembers him though, or if he does as just like an annoying voice in the background. But yeah, their methods to things definitely clash. I think they're kind of the worst combo. It's kind of like fire and gasoline in
Mhm.
a way, how they work together so well. But yeah, it was definitely a challenge, and as you could see, it led to me getting kicked in my no square, which was so much fun.
Speaking of so much fun, we heard the rooftop scene filming that was fun as well, and it sounds like we missed out on seeing not the actors but the characters, more characters jumping from where you guys were standing into the other building.
Yeah, that's the thing. We have to work within a certain amount of time, so we have to cut certain things that we originally love doing, and it looks so cool. But yeah, we gotta tell the story at the end of the day. Originally, we all jump except for Demetri, and he's like the last guy to go. And I toss my backpack to Johnny, and I can't remember. I think I say something like, "If I die, tell my girlfriend I love her," or something like that, something Dimitri-esque. And I just like I bolt and I jump over, and we actually filmed one stunt piece where I almost fall off the ledge, but everyone as a team grabs me right before, which was terrifying to film because we found like a slightly smaller ledge, like somewhere near the rooftop. They put mats down. They made it super safe. I was like tied down to a bar, and people were watching me. And I had to like pretend I was falling back, and I was like actually hanging over the ledge. I had never done like a stunt like that before, so I was super nervous. And I'm glad we didn't use it.
Why?
I almost
Ah,
died for that, and we didn't go with it.
deleted
No, it's fine.
scenes. Deleted
Yeah,
scenes. I
maybe
mean,
in like
we're getting
a,
season 3 DVD tomorrow, so we should be getting
okay.
the season 4 DVD in a year or
Yeah.
so, and it can be on
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, maybe it'll be on there. But that's
Yeah.
a really cool thing to film it, even though it was terrifying. But yeah. The other thing that they don't tell you about filming on rooftop scenes is very bright. Like the floor is like a very reflective white, so it
Mhm.
can be very blinding. And I have very sensitive eyes. So the whole time I'm just like, what did you say, Johnny? I'm just like completely blind, which is awesome.
Get snow
Now,
blind on a rooftop.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, snowblind. Yeah.
I'm sure it was already it was written on paper as this, but using Nate as a system of measurement.
That was super fun. Yeah. I don't know why the writers did that, but I'm so glad they did. It's just, it's the perfect measurement, honestly. I think when you're in mortal danger, using Nate as a measurement is just a natural reaction.
Right.
So,
They always find something to write where the fans we can kind of use in real life, and only the other fans would know. Like if I was out and about, and I'm talking about like, oh, that looks about like 2 Nates long, like somebody that watches Cobra Kai is probably gonna get that reference. So
Right.
I love it's like our unique little thing.
it's a little code for like, hey, do you watch Cobra Kai? This is
Right.
one Nate
Meanwhile, if
long.
I say
Definitely.
that to my boss, he's like, what the hell is a Nate?
You know what? When I
They
heard
use
that the
that in
first
Europe?
time, the first binge, I was like, I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't know what that is. And then when like Nate says something, I'm like, oh, Nate. Okay. So it took me a moment.
I don't know how tall he is now. I don't know if that's really an accurate measurement anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
just
sure
did
he's
that.
four something,
Well, yeah,
Yeah, he's probably
I'd
four
say
something.
five
when
something.
we interviewed him, he said that it was 14 Nates across. And then he was like, wait, I
Oh,
just made myself 2 foot tall. So
Oh, right.
yeah, yeah.
Because it's
No,
the other
that
way.
actually was, that reminds me, they honestly went through a bunch of different versions of that saying that they were like, "No, say 20 Nates, or no, say just five." Like, there were a lot of different versions of Nate that day, just a bunch of alt takes. It was very interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, weird.
You would think that they just try to go more accurately, but
They were just kind of like eyeballing it, in a ballpark. Like, how many Nates is that? It was a new system of measurements. They were testing it out,
I want to
treading new
see
water.
like Josh, and Hayden are debating there on the ledge. I don't know. Looks about 14 days. I don't
Yeah,
know. Maybe 13 and a half.
yeah. He's just like, hey Nate, can you go down there? Actually, I just want to make sure. Yeah.
well,
Um,
Michael Jonathan Smith said that we're supposed to measure everything in Nates from now on. So
Dude.
yeah.
Yeah. Nate, one and three-fourths Nate. Can you get into like half measurements with that?
Well, sure.
Yeah, you
yeah,
got to break
why
them up
not?
into four sections.
Right.
See, now I need to know how tall he is. I'm gonna text him. I'm
Yeah.
gonna figure it out.
Yeah,
I'll tell you
we'll have
what,
to
we'll
do
make it
that.
like an actual measuring tape out of Nate, and it'll be shaped like him.
That's
Just,
amazing.
just
I,
That
tattoo
is
like
an
your
excellent idea.
the
tattoo
more
the
and more I
measurements
talk
on
about
stuff.
it,
Yeah.
I think it has to happen now. Can you you can draw it, and then we can make it a reality. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go.
So with season 4, we got to see a lot of different montages and training sequences. What were some of your favorite training sequences?
I mean, other than getting kicked a bunch, uh,
Yes.
I don't know. It was just really cool getting to actually do fight scenes with Ralph and Billy,
Yeah.
especially with Billy since I haven't worked with him in the past. Like prior to season 4, I just got flipped by him, and that was basically it. But now to kind of go up against him, it was super fun. I don't know. It's just so great to work with the OG Karate Kid people. They're so good. They're actually really good at karate too. We don't really use stunt doubles for, I would say, about 90% of the fight scenes, except for like the, obviously super dangerous stuff like actually jumping over a bridge or building and falling down a flight of stairs. Yeah, it was just really fun to get to work with them. I actually had to do this one fight sequence with Ralph where I kick over his head, and we got our timing wrong in some way or another because when my leg was above his head, he came back up and I did like a midair split. And like I said, I'm not a flexible person. So I was just like, ooh. It was, let's just say I became more flexible that day.
Yeah.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
yeah,
This
that's
is
the
on the
kind of stuff that
platform,
can be
right?
done.
Where you guys are sparring on.
Yes. I
Yeah,
think it was on the platform. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, and
I have to say that seeing you fight, seeing the fight with Ralph,
Mm.
reminded me and made me feel justified on the video game. Demetri, and I've never got a chance to tell you this. Demetri is my favorite character to play,
Oh,
and it's
thank you.
because Demetri swings those arms and leg, and he's got reach for miles on everyone else.
I
And
didn't know
then,
that they added that. They added my disproportionate limbs. Oh, that's awesome.
yeah.
yes,
I've honestly never played me. I don't. I just play as like Miguel or something like that. But I'm glad that they use my super long limbs. It's true in real life. They're very long.
yeah.
Very, you know,
Yeah,
I
and
would
when
say I'm
you were
90%
fighting
legs.
Ralph, when we saw it in the trailer, I was like, that's like right from the video game
Yeah,
because Ralph can't reach him.
yeah. That's the one thing I have. I may not have muscles, but I have a lot of legs. So,
There you
No,
go.
yeah, I mean your stance and just to see Dimitri fight, it was a really really cool sight to see. Just remembering him from season one at the finale where he's talking to what was it Miguel? I think talking to Miguel and making him.
now season one where I'm talking about rejoining.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that and then to kind of see where you're at, sparring with Demetri and Daniel. This is all really cool. So let's talk about the prom scene. And
Mm.
you mentioned the two different suits you got to wear. What was it like filming that entire evening?
It was fun. Like I said, I didn't get a prom, so it was kind of like a pseudo prom in a way. I got to hang out with my friends and I got to dance a little bit, even though for most of the takes we didn't have music, so we were just kind of like having to feel out the vibe in our head. Yeah, yeah, it's interesting. They'll play music for a little bit, so everyone kind of gets the rhythm of it, so we're all on the same page, and then they cut it when they start rolling, so that way there's no like sound interfering. It
Um,
was super fun. I got to work a lot more with Annalisa, who plays Yasmin. She's awesome. Yeah, I'm really happy with the way that they're taking their relationship. Just having them be like this couple, just constantly making out.
hmm.
It's like I said, for Dimitri to be in a relationship like that is crazy. And I don't know why, but Jacob or Hawk is always getting caught in the middle of it. And that's amazing that we just keep rubbing that in his face. I love it. I finally get to, be the cool guy in the show, right?
And
Right. One thing I
Yeah.
said about season four that upset me or bothered me, not really, but between Dimitri and Yasmin and Robbie and Tori, I am no longer afforded the luxury of not speculating on the sex lives of children.
What? Oh no. This is like the arm cast thing. Oh no. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
well, Luan also thinks that at Stingray's house, in his mind, Dimitri locked himself in the bathroom by mistake.
I locked myself in a bathroom. Honestly, I wouldn't put that past Dimitri. No,
Yeah.
he would be like, hang on, my, Cruella DeVille. Let me go get fixed up, and then I would just lock myself in the bathroom for the rest of the night. Yeah, that seems very on brand with the character.
You
Oh,
you just
Yeah.
since we're kind of talking about like Dimitri and Yasmin, do you have any insight as to why there was that dialogue of Yasmin was going to be gone in Australia? Was Annalisa not available for filming,
Yeah, I
or
think it was like a conflict because she was filming in I think New Zealand. One of Us is Lying. I think that's what it's called.
oh, okay,
Yeah, she was having to film that, which kind of sucked because it was like, oh shoot, are we not going to be able to have this back and forth between the two characters? But I mean, obviously, good for her. But we were able to work it out, so it was super cool to have her back. And yeah, she's just such a great actress to work with. Yeah, I'm glad we were able to line up our schedules.
yeah.
yeah, that was great. And just the little bit of dialogue that they gave her that she just flew in for the prom and she had to go back, explained why she wasn't there to cheer for him the next day.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And that's just kind of the effect Dimitri has on people. He'll make them fly across the world just to see them for one day.
Right?
Actually,
Flew
caught
back in
stunt through the
time
sea
6
for a day.
hours too.
Yeah, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about the tournament scene. You obviously did the commas. Now, what was filming that like? That how many takes did you have to do, or did you take more than one take?
I think it took 3 takes. I was the first one up. No one else had done theirs yet. And I was like, oh, shoot, do I really have to start things off? And I go up. It's all just one take. They have a bunch of different angles. They had like the crane there. It was super nerve-wracking because, like I said, it was like an actual performance. There was an audience there watching me, but everyone is so supportive. As soon as I finished up, they were all applauding me, like just genuinely, even when the cameras turned off, because it's scary to do that sort of thing. And we all applauded everyone after they finished their fight sequences because everyone worked so hard that season. And it looks like a professional All Valley tournament. I'm so glad that we were given the chance to actually do that sort of stuff ourselves because it just looks genuine that way. Like instead of having, a stunt double do it, and you can barely see our face the whole time, to be able to actually go up there and do it ourselves. Yeah, it was so much fun.
Say John posted a little behind the scenes of one of the moves that actually completely blew my mind was Tanner and Jacob. When Tanner launches off Jacob's legs and kicks him backwards, and then Jacob catches himself and throws himself back up. And I'm like, you can see both of their faces the entire time. That's them.
No, they trained so hard for that. Yeah.
Right. So John
That's-
posted the video of them with the wires. So
Mm.
did Demetri have any wire stunts in season 4?
I never had to have any just because I'm so tall. I think I was just able to jump up in the air and they were like, all right, that's great. Go for that. No, I just never really had any, crazy flips or anything that I had to do. Maybe one day I'll be in one of those harness things, although they look super uncomfortable. I don't think I would ever want to stay in one for too long. I actually have a funny video of Sholo in like a pair of wires just like dangling around the whole time. I'll show you guys one day. It's so
Okay.
much fun.
Oh, is it the school? Is he like
Yeah,
dangling
no,
in
it's
the
at the
lobby
All
at the
Valley
school?
tournament.
Oh, at the All
Yeah,
Valley.
no,
Okay.
it's season 4. He's just like dangling in the air, just like a baby, in one of those little straps on their mom's back or
Right?
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So season 4, as you as a fan of the show, when you're watching all of season 4, obviously, you're in a lot of episodes, so I'm sure you get to read a lot of the scenes that Demetri isn't in. But watching the show, what were some of your favorite moments in season 4, or characters, stuff like that? Because obviously we get the introduction of like Kenny, Devin, but
Mhm.
also Terry Silver returns to this universe where we haven't seen him in over 35 years.
Yeah. See, yeah, that's the thing. There's so many new characters this season. Like you said, we have Kenny Dallas who plays Kenny. He's a super nice kid, by the way. My first time meeting him, I think it's season 4. Yeah, he's so nice. And I'm kind of excited to see what the future holds in store for that character. He's kind of being led down the wrong path. It's like a mini Hawk almost. Who knows? Maybe in season 5 and 6 we'll be able to turn him to the good side. But yeah, I think things could be, there could be a serious problem there with him. And then also having Silver now, it's kind of like Crease on steroids. Because not only does he have like the intention to do, Daniel and Johnny harm, but he actually has like the connections and the money to do so. Like he can invest all of his time and energy into just this. It's like a new bad guy that we've never seen before. And getting to work with Thomas, another OG, Karate Kid guy, he's so nice. And honestly, he's pretty scary. He's really good at karate. I did not realize until later on. I can't spoil anything, but he has to pull out some kicks, and he's got reach, man. I thought I had reach, but he's got reach.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
it's
posted a
crazy.
video too of him kicking a red solo
Mhm.
cup off the top of a heavy
Yeah,
bag.
yeah. That was what is it called? A spin back hook kick. I think that's what it's called. That's a hard kick to do. You have to like time it just right. You have to watch where you're kicking to be able to kick a red solo cup off the top of the thing. It's insane. He's super good.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
he is.
Yeah, yeah.
Hang on.
As
You
we get ready
you
to,
ask. I forgot a question.
oh,
Again.
no problem. Yeah, just getting ready to wrap up here. I'm sure we have a question each. Now, season 4 also gave us a big guest appearance by Carrie Underwood, and one of the behind the scene photos, you, Jacob, and Sholo
Yes.
are carrying Carrie under a piece of wood.
Carrying Carrie Underwood. Yes.
Yes, yes.
I
Can you
think, yeah, yeah, go for it.
no, no, just can you share like how that came about? That the ideas behind that?
I don't even know, man. Jacob and Sholo just walked up to me. They're like, "Hey, we need you to hold like a piece of wood." I'm like, "Okay, what are we doing?" And they're like, "We're gonna carry Carrie Underwood under wood." I'm like, "Okay, I love it. Let's do it." And they have balls, man. They just walked up to her like in the middle of everyone, and they were just like, "Hey, can we do this thing?" And Carrie Underwood, she's like such a good sport. She was like, "Yeah, yeah, totally, no problem." There was no hesitation whatsoever. She was down. It was crazy. Yeah, I'm just happy I got to hold a piece of wood over Carrie Underwood. It was, yeah, highlight of the week.
There you go.
I don't know. That's yeah. I have that in my camera rolls. That's I look to it for inspiration.
As you should. One of the gifts that's been making the rounds on Twitter lately, I don't know if you've seen it or not, is Jacob ripping off his gi jacket and throwing it to you. So what was that scripted that way? Did he decide to do that? Your face looks very confused when you catch it.
Yeah. No, I can't remember. I don't think it was scripted. I think on the day they were just like, all right, well, you need to get rid of your gi. Where would you put it? And I think we just decided, like, well, you'd probably throw it to your binary brother. But your binary brother wouldn't realize that this is happening, and he doesn't necessarily love, that sort of showboating. And so he would just be very confused, like, what are you guys doing? And so I think it just kind of, two opportunities came together to make an awesome moment. Yeah, I love doing improv like that, just like the little things. It's what makes a
Yes,
character feel alive to me, you know?
Right. And it
and
makes sense
just
because Robbie threw his to Tori, who is
Yeah,
the
yeah,
most
yeah.
important person to
Oh, yeah,
him. So yeah, that it contrasted really, really well.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Instead of like his love interest, it's me.
Mhm.
yeah.
Love that.
So there's a couple of things there you just reminded me of. We're talking about Hawk removing his shirt, and you're talking about improving. We did an improv episode on our channel. If anyone has not seen it, Gianni removes his shirt for me at one point. So there's a little incentive to go find that old video.
Oh no, I
You,
don't remember. Oh no, I didn't remember
you
taking my shirt. Don't find it. Delete
no,
it.
yeah,
It's actually the featured video on the Facebook page.
Oh, you don't need
is
to
it?
see my pasty
The,
white
the
skin. No, you
improv,
can
his
scroll
improv
back
is still the
down.
featured video. Yes.
Really?
We
Oh,
never
Oh,
we never
okay.
changed it.
that was
Oh,
super fun to do. I did not remember that I took my shirt off. Thank you for reminding
you
me of
were
that.
pretending to be Brooks. You came out like, "Hey, bong rips and skinny dips," and I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
need you to take off your shirt." And then I told Owen, don't worry about taking off your shirt. It's fine. Uh, and
No, it's such a good concept. I still don't know what a squiggle means. Or a cone. Can I have one though?
I'm glad you remembered that because it just came up in a conversation recently, and some people remembered the cone and some didn't. But
Yeah.
good
I
times.
wasn't part of it. I was engineering though, and I was laughing my butt off the
Oh,
whole time. It would,
I need
yeah.
I need to ask though. Can I please get a cone? Just one cone.
All the cones. You deserve it.
Why? I don't think I deserve that many cones. Okay.
But
Con-
Well, after
what
Consider
about a check mark? Didn't you want a check mark?
Check marks are so
yeah,
last season.
yeah,
Okay.
They're out. It's
Okay.
about cones and squiggles, man.
that's it.
Just
Yeah,
no more
that's all they are.
squares.
It's a trendsetter. Trendsetter. He wants the
Squares?
squiggles and the cones.
Yeah. Take a square. I would take a square.
Okay. It's hip to be
But
square.
don't check it. Don't check the square. That's
Okay.
it.
No
Yeah.
X's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, oh god, no access.
So I think
That
that
was a great way to end it.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a good
So
finishing.
yeah.
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 So I mean, aside from Cobra Kai season 4, which is obviously out Netflix now. Everyone should have seen it by now. Is there anything else you might be able to promote? Any appearances coming up that you can talk about or share?
I mean, I'm doing a bunch of Comic Cons later on this year. So if you can catch me there, that'd be awesome. And yeah, who knows? We'll see what the future holds in store. I have a lot of my own projects that I eventually want to make. So I might try to get into a college if any of them will accept me and study film. So you
Nice.
look out for that. Oh, also Fartcopter. I don't know. Have we talked about Fartcopter?
That sounds familiar.
Sounds
Isn't that like an
familiar.
old project?
Just anybody that wants to look it up, look it up. It's amazing. That's it. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
Isn't that an older thing you did?
It's yeah, I think 10 years old. I don't want to give too much away. I'm wearing a
Yeah.
suit. Yeah, I'm wearing a suit and I talk in a British accent. British Australian accent.
Ooh, nice.
It sounds vaguely
Yeah.
familiar, maybe from
Yeah.
the first interview, but yeah, that's why I was like,
Don't get
isn't
me
that
wrong,
like
the
an old
accent's
project?
bad. But it's for Adult Swim, I'll say that. It's for Adult Swim, Fartcopter. I kill my family.
Oh,
Yes.
at the age of 10.
At the age of 10, yes. Using fart noises. It's hard to explain. You gotta go check it out.
Okay,
It's
I'm
the
definitely
highlight
gonna
of
have
my
to go
career.
watch this tonight then. Yeah,
Yeah. Let me know what you think about it.
absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
So Gianni, where can people find you on social media if they don't already follow you? I know obviously you're on Instagram and Twitter.
I haven't been on my Twitter in a while. I gotta go back on it. I'm sorry for anybody following me on there. I don't post. I don't get it. But you can follow me on Instagram, just Gianni_DeCenzo, and then I have TikTok. It's also Gianni_DeCenzo. I just post a bunch of nonsense on my TikTok though, so be careful. That's the best I can say for that. But yeah.
All right, Brianna, where can people find you?
I am Brihana 25 and I am the exact opposite. I don't get Instagram and I am on Twitter almost constantly. Also Facebook, Tumblr, fanfiction.net, archive of our own, YouTube, email, DeviantArt, live journal. Been around a while.
Yeah.
I need
Well,
more platforms. Oh my God.
Yeah.
My TikTok and Instagram are nothing. Okay.
You know what? I forget that I have a TikTok. I have a few things on there that I took one of Jacob's videos where he was like rubbing Sholo's face when Sholo was sleeping. And I added I don't know what it's called, like a split or a duet or whatever, where I moved my hand to make it look like it's that's my hand instead of Jacob's touching.
Oh, that's awesome.
Either
Yeah, I
way.
love that. That's good. I
So,
gotta check that out.
so yeah, so yeah, I'm on TikTok as well, on Twitter at Cobra Kai Pod, on Instagram at Cobra Kai Companion. Very active on both platforms there. And thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you, Gianni, for coming back.
Yes,
Your
we've missed
experience,
you.
your stories.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I miss talking to you guys. Thank you so much for having me, man.
Yeah, anytime. You know that you have an open invitation here. So so that's
We'll
gonna
have
do
to
it.
figure out another improv to do. Who knows?
Yes.
But I'm not taking my
Please.
shirt off this time.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. All right. So thanks for tuning in, you guys. We'll catch you guys next time.
Bye.